Good morning, guys. JT here, and here are my takeaways from today's sales huddle over at UWM. Number one, guys, today at UWM in Michigan, Pontiac, Michigan, where it is colder than we know, there was well over 300 attendees. So what does that tell you? That tells you that the professionals that are in this industry are serious. They are serious about getting better. They are serious about investing in themselves. They are serious about making a difference, and they are serious about thriving in a market like this, which is why they are attending UWM Sales Huddle in Pontiac, Michigan. Another of my takeaways was control your pricing, okay? So control your pricing. UWM is now giving us upwards of 125 basis points so that we can do as we wish with that. Now, be very careful as to how you use those 125 basis points. Understand that those 125 basis points are good for 1 quarter. Use them as you need to. Now, you've got to be very strategic, okay? Because it's one of those things where you've got to come up with a game plan. You can't just issue 125 basis points because you're feeling like it, number one. Number two, it's gonna make you look a certain way. And then number three, if you're giving a concession, understand that that concession, it's not so you can match the price, but at that point you've got to earn and beat the price. No more matching in today's world. You've got to earn it, you've got to beat it. So in order for you to earn the business, you've got to beat that other loan officers or that other bank's pricing. So be very, very careful in how you use those 125 basis points. And you and I can have a one-on-one conversation about this to properly strategize on this. Okay? Another of my takeaways that Matt said, guys, was we don't have control of a whole lot of things in the mortgage business other than a couple of things. I'll give you an example. Our ability to communicate. Our ability to communicate is just about one of the very few items in the mortgage industry we have. So given that we can control that, guys, there's absolutely no reason why you are not picking up every single phone call. It shouldn't even ring more than 2 times. You've got to pick up the phone. You're with someone, pick up the phone. Hey, I'll call you right back. Put that note on your iPad or make a sticky and call them back. You've got to pick up the phone. Control the controllable. Another thing you can't control is you can't control your success. And what do I mean by that? Well, controlling your success means having a calendar, having a plan, wearing your mask day in, day out. And in case you didn't attend Vive and you don't know what mask is, remember, mask, M-A-S-C, mindset, accountability, strategy, and you've got to be consistent. And that is how you control your success. Okay, emails. You receive an email from a client asking you a question about whatever it is. Let's just say they send you an email from a client that the loan funded 30 days ago. The email is asking you, hey Juan, I haven't gotten my mortgage payment coupon. Can you please tell me where do I need to make my payment? Look, if I was you, the way I would handle that conversation or that email is, well, before I pick up the phone, I would do a little bit of homework. Right? Find out when their first payment is due, get their first payment coupon, and then call the borrower and tell them, hey, Mr. Jones, I got your email. Now, with regards to your first payment, you just funded your loan last month. So guess what? Your payment isn't due until the first of the following. And on top of that, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to send you an email with your first payment coupon letter. And actually, since we're on the phone, would you want for me that I email it, text, or mail it to you? What's better for you, Mr. Jones? Pick up the phone. Email is somebody sends you an email because they need something from you. And I believe that the best way for you to handle it is by picking up the phone and making it happen or solving what they are inquiring about. Credit reports. I told you about this about 45 days ago. Credit reports were going to be going up. Some of you, as recent as a couple of days, asked, hey, why did credit reports go up? You are clearly not looking at, number one, my emails, and number two, JT's takeaways, which is why it's very important that you take a look at these videos, okay? Credit reports before were roughly about 35 bucks. Credit reports now north of 60 bucks. I believe they're $67 with the credit reporting agency that we use, okay? Now, within the next couple of weeks, do not be surprised if credit reports are north of $100. Guys, in this market, you have to be tenacious. I talked to you earlier about control what you can control. Now, you can control how tenacious you are. To succeed going forward the next 12, 24 months, you've got to be tenacious. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with a lot of tenacious loan officers. That's just it. Look, it's in your power. You can't control it. You've got to be tenacious. You got to be tenacious when you're calling your clients. You got to be tenacious when you're calling real estate agents. You just got to have it. You've got to have that eagerness to want to help your clients. Talking about control, okay? Now, because of social media, we now have control to control the narrative about what's being said about us. If you ain't controlling the narrative, somebody else will. If you ain't controlling the narrative of how you go about your business, somebody else will. If you ain't controlling the narrative of your reputation, somebody else will. You've got to use social media to control the narrative of you. Unfortunately, or fortunately for you, social media is perception. Unfortunately or fortunately, you use it as you wish. Now, what do I mean by that? If you can close in 21 days or 15 days, now, if your clients don't know it, if your agents don't know it, it means nothing. You have the control, the capacity to control that narrative. Let it be said. Do content around that. Let everybody know about that. That's just one example. Here's another example. CD at initial. We draw docs. We do everything in-house, guys. That's just a couple. So control the narrative. Speaking about control, right? Seems like today is just everything about control. For all you control freaks, you're gonna like this. Control your own destiny. It is within your power. A lot of people, a lot of loan officers, a lot of self-employed individuals, a lot of entrepreneurs get into the business because they want to control their success. They want to control their destiny. No exception with you if you're a loan officer or real estate agent watching this video. You can control your destiny and your success. I'll give you another example. Where you are at today in your career, where you are at financially, where you are at with your credit report is a reflection of your actions. Now, if you don't like it, luckily for you as an entrepreneur or as a loan officer or real estate agent, you can't change that. If you had a regular job where you were reporting to someone or you had a salary, you wouldn't be able to control that. Luckily for you, you can control the narrative. And to add to that, life sucks when things spiral out of control. And when things spiral out of control, that's because you don't have control. So, on the contrary, life is very beautiful when things are going according to your plan because you've been able to control it. So for all you people that talk smack about control freaks, look, if you are happy because things are going your way, and guess what? You are too a control freak. Lastly, guys, there is absolutely no reason for you not to attend your closings. There is absolutely no reason why your borrower is signing loan documents without you there physically. Zero, no excuses. You need to attend every single closing unless you are closing 10 loans that same day. I get it. But unless you're not funding 10 loans that one day, and you've got to attend every single closing. No ifs, no buts. You have to. Next, I'm actually thinking about making that a mandatory thing. I truly believe that the relationship starts when the file or the transaction or the borrower funds their loan. Everything leading up to that, you're still on the dating scene, okay? Once you close, once you fund that transaction, bam, you've proved yourself. And that right there is where the relationship starts. At that point is when they can now refer you to their family, their friends, people that they love. Why? Because you've proven yourself. Why? Because you came through. Guys, attend every single loan doc signing. Attend every single closing, wherever it may be. All right, guys, so these are my takeaways. Look, to finalize, winners are gonna win. Losers are gonna lose. People with excuses will always have excuses. Victim mentality will always be a victim. Winners will always win. If you want to win, you've got to have that mentality. If you want to win, you've got to wear your mask. If you want to win, you've got to tap in. You've got to tap into an office in which that mentality, that mindset, that atmosphere is all about winning. So guys, I'll leave it with this. If you want to win, tap in. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my takeaways from UWM Sales Huddle. I hope you found them of value. And if you did, please let me see you reply with your takeaways of my takeaways. Guys, let's dominate. Have a great day.